Kane fans, welcome back to another episode of Kane's All Access. I'm your host, Cameron Dobbs, and in the spirit of Thanksgiving, we wanted to showcase what we're thankful for today. And today in studio, we have two guys in here who we're very thankful for, two of our student athletes who do community service just about better than anyone at the U. Kane's football's Kam Kinchens and track's Jalen Gordon. First and foremost, in studio with us now is Kam Kinchens with Kane's football. Kam, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm excited to have you. And let's just dive right into this conversation. We want to talk all about community service today. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, we're giving back, and you do a lot of that all the time. Yeah. And you don't just give back, but you give back on your own dime, on your own time, lead your own initiatives. Tell me, what is your why behind community service?
I think my biggest why is just like my family, like my mom, my dad, and my grandma. You know, like I kind of be with them at different points in times and like different parts of my life, and it was just always, we found a way to give back. Like we didn't have the most, but anything we did have, like if we had any shoes that we couldn't wear or any clothes or anytime we had extra food or anytime we had a few extra dollars, we just doing something to give back. And it's not something big like we having like a whole get together and like fundraiser or anything like that. It was just like the simple stuff. Like my grandma had like bags in her trunk. Like if she see a homeless person, and we got a red light, she'll stop by, get out the car, get the trunk. It's like a little goodie bag with like water, clothes, with like toothbrush, and like just simple stuff. And it's like it was always nothing big. But now when I got to college, like I got a bigger platform, and then of course with NIL and stuff like that, you know, I'm able to get like sponsorships to kind of make it easier just to give back. And then it's like when I'm free, I don't really do too much, so I'll be at home, and of course I'm not really working out because we in season. It's like, well, we could just get up and go do something. Like it's only gonna take an hour or 2 out of our day, and it's something good. So it's like, just always, you know, always find a way to help.
And typically you find that when you're giving back, it also helps you. You feel better. What is that feeling like when you're able to give back to the community?
It just feels great. Like you said, just being able to give back, you know, just knowing like you got the position where you at to give back to people that's less fortunate. And then it's always, the thing I think about it is, if I was to see somebody do it and I was younger, it's like, okay, that's the right way to do things. So it's like, you know, building for the next generation, like to give back. So
leading by example, and it's also because you've seen your parents, your family lead by example in the same initiative. They're always giving back, so you just feel like it's natural. You're like, it's what you do, right? This is what you do. When you have free time, you go give back to your community, and you're doing that all the time. So talk about some of the initiatives that you do, both on your own and with your team here at Miami.
With the team, it'd be great. Like especially my freshman year and sophomore year, we did a lot of it in the summer and spring, and like I think probably my favorite one is probably the kayaking one. That one is picking up trash, but the kayaking, it just makes it that much more fun. You know, you with your teammates and you kind of paddling, and every year somebody always end up falling in the ocean.
I was about to ask.
And being super
Did
scared.
anyone fall?
So like my freshman year, it was me and James on the kayak. We two different sizes, 6'5" and like 5'11", and then and too good. We were trying to go a little fast, and then it just flipped over, and then I'm under the kayak, and James is on top of the kayak. It just be always something. And then this past summer, the ones that fell in was TC and Jay Harris, and then TC had to swim. He lost his phone in the ocean. It was just all over the place. But at the same time, we always just have fun, you know, picking up the trash and stuff. So
it's always a spectacle.
It's always, yeah. And then probably like my favorite one that I did like by myself outside of the school. I don't know. It'd be a lot of fun. It's probably like my camp. Like the camps be the funnest. Or I think it was last year Christmas when I went and bought a bunch of toys and went to my elementary school for their preschool and first grade, and it was just giving them the toys, and it's like the kids don't really know too much. They don't know who I am at all. Like they just know I'm just some random guy bringing some stuff.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, and they just looking like what are we getting this for? Like you're not our parents, and like they getting the toys like, oh my God, like I got this and I got this. Like it was just a great time. So.
And another big event you have coming up here in just the next week or so is your big Thanksgiving drive. Yeah. Talk to us about that.
I did a Thanksgiving drive before, but I was more like kind of like joining in on somebody else's, and it was really just giving out food, not only turkey, but just all type of stuff, you know, water and supplies that people always need. And you know, Thanksgiving coming around, so people might not be able to afford turkey or afford all the side dishes and stuff like that. So, you know, that's where we come in. You know, we getting sponsorships, of course, with NIL and stuff. So it makes it easier. And, you know, you got a bigger platform. So I'm able to have my own to feed a lot of people.
How many people do you think you'll feed this year?
We're trying to feed around like 300-400.
Wow.
So
That's amazing.
yeah.
So cool. Well, Cam, we are so thankful for you
Thank
and
you.
all the impact. Obviously, you're a star player. We know the stuff you do on the field, but off the field is just as, and quite frankly, more important than what you do on the field. So we're really appreciative and thankful for you. So what are you thankful for?
Thankful for my family, thankful for my team, coaches. But I'm just thankful to just be in this, kind of opportunity. You get this opportunity, like you make the most of it. That's what I'm thankful for.
I love it. And it sounds like you're doing that so far.
Yeah.
Taking advantage, not just taking up space.
Yeah.
Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Kam Kinchens, our very own with Canes football. And coming up next, we have Jalen Gordon with Canes Track continuing the conversation about community service. Stay with us. Senior Jalen Gordon with Canes Track. Welcome to Canes All Access.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're so excited to have you. We're talking about community service today. You are one to always be doing community service. So much so that we actually just grabbed you from a community service event. And even more than that, you were giving out food on the streets here in Miami. You were giving out food here in the hallways at UM.
Right.
So we're pulling you in from your community service there. Let's dive into it though.
Okay.
Why do you prioritize doing so much community service?
I think it's part of, not like necessarily your duty, but as a student athlete here, I think the goal is to be good athletically, obviously, but also enrich yourself as a person. So whether that's academics, but also community service. So I think we should take our time here to reach out to the community and start that basis of what we can do when later on in life and stuff like that. So I think it's important, since we have like the luxury to have someone like Jess that gives us opportunities on an app right away, then we should take advantage of them and like give to the community.
That's awesome. I love that you kind of pointed out how it humanizes the Hurricane athletes too, because that's one thing we do on this show every single episode.
Right.
Is showcasing how you're more than just your sport. So getting out of your bubble, giving back to the community, it's such a special thing. Yeah. So let's dive into deeper what you just came from. Okay. You came from an event called Second Spoon. Mm-hmm. Explain to me what's Second Spoon.
Yeah, so Second Spoon is this organization, I believe, started by this student athlete and his mom, and they basically have a food truck that you'll be able to hand meals to. So originally we've done it with like people that donate meals, and then we also do with not reused meals, but extra food from like the dining hall and things like that. So we hand it out to the homeless community down here in Miami, like downtown and Overtown or Wynwood, and basically just the goal is to reach out in the community and bring food, especially during the holidays,
Was there a special moment today or a special interaction today that you had?
Yeah, there's this guy. He was talking to us. He was so intrigued in like the Miami Hurricanes. Asked us what sport we play. He was helping us out in terms of like handling the truck and things like that. And he just walked up and down. He was just really intrigued with us, and it was nice to like actually bond with him. And he was asking us like what sport we play and all these different questions. So it was nice to like actually meet somebody that's like involved, I guess, and wanted to talk, get to know us as people.
So special. And you've done so many events here at Miami so far. You're a senior this year, 4 years of community service under your belt here at UM. Talk to me, what is your favorite community service event been?
Gotcha. My favorite, I think my freshman year, one of the big events that I'd always do is Orange Arrow. So what Orange Arrow is a nonprofit organization started by this ex-football player from Pitt. He basically, the goal is to enrich student athletes, younger student athletes, from off the field and on the field and off the field. So whether that's equity and equality, financial decisions, how to be able to speak impromptu and stuff like that. So back then it was still during COVID, so it was on Zoom, and we would basically just meet every Saturday at 10 a.m. All the kids would hop on, all various student athletes from like maybe 3rd grade to 6th grade, and we just have these activities set up just to make them, grow them as people, let them know early on that they're more than just an athlete. So I think it's just really important, and it's just kind of the same lessons I take in as a student athlete in college. They kind of like look up to you, so it's nice to set the example for those younger guys.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think I actually remember doing that once when I was an athlete too, and it really is, as impactful on them as it is on yourself whenever you're being involved.
Yeah, shout out to Sean.
Yes, shout out to Sean.
Yeah.
You mentioned that, your reason why you do all the community service. Mm-hmm. Tell me how. How do you fit all of this into your time as a busy student athlete at Miami?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, I will not lie, but it's great when you set a schedule. I know when you first get here, it's super overwhelming, especially with just academics and athletics. So I think it just comes with the nature of like athletics. You become more disciplined, you be able to set your schedule and things like that. So after you figure that out, you can just set up a community service and add it to that. And of course your social life and things like that, but Jess makes it really easy. Like she sets up the times and everything. You just pick when you're available. It's super nice. And it's just good to be all around, like an all around person. So yeah.
All the shout outs to our student athlete development team.
No, for sure.
All the things that they do for you guys to help you get involved at such a high capacity. It's so incredible. And talking about that, I mean, Miami is known for obviously excellence, athletic excellence, academic excellence, but also service in the community, because in the past 5 or so years, they've been named 2-time national champions for community service, for the amount of hours you guys put in. So what does it mean to you? What pride do you have knowing that it's not just you, it's not just the track team, it's not just your teammates, but it's the entire University of Miami athletics putting in the time to serve the community?
I mean, I think it's really special, especially somewhere like Miami where it's so easy to just dive into the social life in your free time. People are actually taking their time to still give out to the community and things like that, especially rowing and soccer. Like, they're very involved. So it's awesome to see multiple teams in football when they're off season, when they could be doing anything else, because they've been giving their whole year essentially to the sport. They give out to the community. So it's really special, and like, I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Well, Jalen, we're very thankful for you and all that you do for the community.
Thank you.
So we got to ask you, in the Thanksgiving spirit, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for where I'm at. I'm almost done with a 4-year degree bio, hopefully going to medical school after that. So I'm just happy to be here. I'm thankful that I got the opportunity to spend my 4 years here, and thankful for my family. So, yeah.
Are you going to spend more years here? You said medical school, hoping at Miami?
We'll see if they offer me something, you know what I'm saying? We'll see, for sure.
I love it. Well, thank you for everything you're doing for the community, and thank you for hopping on the show today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. And Hurricanes fans, we are always thankful for you guys tuning in each and every week, watching Canes All Access, and diving into the humans behind the Hurricanes jersey. Till next time, this is Canes All Access. I'm your host, Cameron Dobbs, and as always, go Canes.